Yo, yo, what's up? Oh, man, hitting that record button is something else. Hi, what's up? I'm just here to yap while I play some games. Trying to get out of my comfort zone a little bit because normally I don't talk to anyone. I want to practice being able to talk a bit more, have some fun a little bit. I've always wanted to play some games. I've always been interested in playing games, but I never really set time aside to play games that I really want to play. I see games when I scroll around, doom scrolling normally. Oh, this game looks fun to play, but I never end up, playing the games that I want to play. I wonder why is that. So I'm just here, gonna play some games that I find fun, and try to be yapping most of the time. And yeah, okay. So the game we're gonna play today, while I yap, is Librarian. And a quick intro on what Librarian is. Librarian, Tidy Up the Arcane Library is a single-player simulation. You need return scattered books to proper places in an arcane library. As completed rows of bookshelves, you can learn ability to improve your efficiency. Use your skills and strategies to shelve 3,072 books as quick as you can. So I've seen some clips about this game at the very start, and it looks really fun to me. And I feel like, a nice cozy game to start it off is really nice. How to play. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so we got some instructions on how to play, but I think if we just start a new game. There we go. When we get some instructions on the side. So, use WSD to move your character around. Yep, perfect. Press E to pick up the object targeted by the crosshair. Alright, so we will pick up our first book. Let's see what book I want. Alright, let's just do it by... Oh, these cats look easy because they're all picked up. So can I pick up... Oh, you can stack multiple books. That's good. I'm going to assume that these are all the same books. Okay, so we picked up some books. Press Q to drop a book. Okay. You can carry multiple books at the same time. Scroll wheel up and down to change order of the books. Oh, very nice. By pressing R, you can open the list of books currently in your possession. The order of the list is in the same order as the books you're currently holding. Press R to close the list. Okay. So, ideally, I want to be picking up it in order? Is that how it works? I'll figure it out. Close the list. Place the books in hand on the bookshelves according to their categories. The location of each category's bookshelves can be found on the maps on both sides of the stairs. Okay, so we got astrology, so 1A all the way to 1N. And we are at these stairs right here, I'm assuming. So 1A, monsterology, top left corner, it's right there. So it will be right in this bookshelf, right? And right now, I want to get volume 1. Find any remaining volumes of the same title and organize them on the same tier. Okay, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Completed the first books. The first step of organizing. Nice. We got an achievement. So, now this is where it all starts. We have completed the tutorial. So now let's see what books I want to collect first. The Grand Compendium of Healing Magic. I think we'll just pick up the books by color. So let's pick up the white books first. Nope. Let's see. Let's pick up a bunch of white books. I think that'd be nice. Music is really nice, isn't it? Okay. So we got 2 philosophy books. and philosophy of mana and willpower. I'm trying to look right now. Astrology, curses, bard and music. Mana. Is there an upstairs? Let me check. What? Listen to me, because this is very important. What that fairy did, that nasty, stupid fairy, is a total disaster. It has turned my beautiful library into a complete mess. A disaster like no one has ever seen before. So here is the important decision for you, the librarian. You're in a very tough spot, a very bad situation. But I've got the only solution. You are not leaving this library. You're staying right here until every volume, every magnificent book is back in its proper place. Those doors are staying shut, sealed. You've got your wits and you've got your arms. Use them. Work hard. If you don't get it done, you're looking at extreme overtime until late at night. Maybe even midnight or later. It's going to be a long night. A very tough night. Because we need law and order in this library. But if you finish, and I mean finish perfectly, 100%, I'm going to give you a reward. We're talking pizza. The best pizza you've ever had. Huge slices. The best toppings. Beautiful cheese. It'll be fantastic. Now, get to work. Get those books back on the shelves. Principal Merlin, University of Celestial. Ooh, pizza as a reward? I kind of like that. I remember getting pizza as a reward. Normally, right? I feel like in Australia, or in any restaurant business, where like the owners are always talking about how, you know, everyone's a family over here, and they then work you to the bone. And after they work you to the bone, and you had a really rough night, then it gets pizza. It's kind of the same vibes right here, isn't it? But I never say no to pizza, even though, you know, I think there's nothing wrong with pizza. It's just, it's not really worth the pain and struggle you went through, right? Anyway, there is a second floor. And how do I get the map of the second floor? Let's see. Oh, there we go. So we got philosophy. 2J. So we go up the stairs. And J is the second last one on the right. Let's go. So we're going to have to do all these books. Oh, I don't even have to remember what it is, because I remember it was set up here. Okay, nice. So we'll just do philosophy number. There's 10 books in total, right? So what's this? Philosophy of self and other. So I'm assuming all the philosophy books need to go somewhere else. And this one is self-love. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And ethics. I have a lot of ethics in my hand, so I might as well do some ethics one as well. I'll look for any white books that I see on the ground. Philosophy, perfect. Philosophy, perfect. Philosophy. Damn, so I think all the white books are mostly about philosophy. Let me see. Oh, another one. I have full hands, so let me just drop ethics. No, maybe I'll collect some ethics. Healing magic. 4 principles of ethics, perfect. I can drop this one, and I'll pick up this ethics and philosophy. Nice. And I am trying to look for some more white books, but I cannot find any. Okay, let me see. So we got ethics. Is there any ethics in here? Philosophy, psychology. Not really, right? Let's see. Mana and willpower. Can't see it in this one. Wait, no, not mana, willpower. Let's see. Healer's ethics. Is there any healing magic? Oh, there we go. 1k. 1k is all the way over here. Let me do this first because I have a couple. Oh my gosh. Look how many books there are. It's gonna take a while, but you know, it gives you some time to yap a little bit. Well, I say that, but have I been yapping about anything? No, not really. Can't really tell. Wait, give me a second. 1,000 easy ways to use at home, volume 8. Philosophy. Ethics of magic. We don't have anything. Healer's ethics. Nice. So we got the volume 1 of this one. And I'll just go to the philosophy. And I'll also look at any white books. I think doing it by color is pretty good. Or like, because I could all stack it. Yep, there we go. Oh, I found the jackpot of philosophy books. I'll just drop this ethics one as well. Science. Oh, okay, let me go back. So, oh, look at this. You know, I've never really been a fan of libraries that much. I used to go when I was a little kid. Method of... We'll do a new one. 8. I've always used to love going to libraries. And I feel like something kind of magical about libraries kind of stopped for me. I think it was... Never really got the time to spend... Like, I couldn't really find myself getting into a deep reading session, if that makes sense. I like books, but I could never find myself really diving into the book and not doing anything. Just reading it only. I find that probably not ADHD per se, but the more shorter, like manga type books where you can read about chapter by chapter, like, I find I was able to dive into those a bit more. But, you know, right, let me think. I got studies in magic. You know, I'm thinking these ones don't belong here. Once the book has been placed on the correct bookshelf, but its position is incorrect. A faint red glowing effect will appear when the book is placed on the correct bookshelf under the following cases. The books are not arranged in volume order from left to right. Other books with the same title are already placed on a different shelf tier. The book is not placed on the correct position on its volume number. Different book titles might have varying numbers of volumes. Choose a shelf tier that matches the number of volumes. To be honest, I'm not really sure what this means. Oh, that means it's correct, right? So philosophy does belong in here. 2, 8 here. Mana. Wait. Power and ethics? Magic. Oh, let me read this. Let me do the Studies in Magic, Volume 3. Studies in Magic, Volume 9. Power and ethics. The problem is, there's only 4 shells here, right? But philosophy, philosophical studies in magic. So right now it tells me that it's red, right? No, I really don't believe it's in there. Philosophy should be in here for sure, because it has philosophy of, like a philosophy thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put that in there. Power and ethics. 6, 7, 8. So you belong in there. I think the studies in magic will appear in the magic, right? So potentially these ones are also like in stealth and other, and this one as well. Or mana and willpower. Studies in magic. Let me just find some other philosophy books. So yeah, like I was saying, oh, we got another one. I'll just click this and put it all over there so it's easier. philosophy. Yeah, like I was saying. So, what was I yapping about? What do I want to yap about? Libraries. And why can't I be able to sit down and read a full book? Because I remember when I was in like primary school, so Australia, right? Primary school, grade 6. So I think it's about 12. So 12 years old, something like that. I really was as a typical kid, smart, like nerd that likes to read books and all that. And I don't know what happened. So, but eventually, it could be games, it could be entertainment, something like that. But I stopped being able to read full books in a session. And I think that has, like, when I do any type of studying and any type of work, I just have a really short attention span. But the thing is, it never really used to be like that, you know? And I'm wondering, was there a cause of it? Did I just get over it eventually? Oh, look at this chest. How to open the chest. You have not created the required key yet. A key matching the symbol, shape, or marking on the chest is hidden somewhere in the library. Find the key to open the chest. Okay. So we got like a clover and a ruby. Sorry about that. So yeah, I feel like I did good in high school, right? I did pretty good. And uni as well. I did fine. But the problem is, I want to be able to be those people, you know? So, like, the people who are able to sit down and read a book, I don't want to be doom scrolling too much, because I feel like books versus just consuming content for content, right? Books, they go through, like, I feel like they hit a lot harder, right? So if we compare, like, I'm a really big anime nerd. Not nerd, but I really enjoy watching some anime, and I have read some manga as well, right? And books, like light novels versus the animes. And yes, while watching the anime and sitting down and relaxing is nice, right? I feel like being able to read the book and being able to visualize it in your own mind is a lot more satisfying than, you know, reading the thing yourself, watching it yourself. Wait, hold up. So we got level 6, we got number 5, philosophy of power and ethics. Where did I put that? Oh, down here. Nice. 6, mana and willpower. Is that correct? Nope, that's 8. 8. Philosophy of science. This one I chucked down somewhere. Oh, it's right there. Volume 2. Power and Ethics, Volume 10. I'm really hoping this is correct. It is going yellow when I place it, so potentially it's the wrong one. Maybe how to play. A glowing effect will appear. It is glowing, right? Yeah, I'm gonna assume it is, because it seems correct to me. All the philosophy books are in one place. Mana and willpower Oh, I have that at the top. Let me just place that. We are holding volume 3, volume 2. Boom. Very nice. So I'm just gonna collect all the... I'm getting there for collecting all these books. Philosophy of Science and Methodology. I'll keep that. And, you know... Okay, I think I'm making decent progress on this philosophy thing. The thing is, a lot of books can be hidden underneath other books, right? So ideally, I want to be careful when I'm checking those too. Where's a part that I haven't really been to? I guess I haven't really been to over here, right? Wait, I did, but let me just double check everything. I'm only missing a couple books. There we go. Very nice. Ethics of Magic. I'm trying to find some more books. Looking for specifically... Oh, there we go. Found one. I should also remember to look at the shelves, huh? That makes sense. I feel like I did that, but could be a bit more thorough in my search. So, let me see. Philosophy, perfect. Got it. And there's a lot of books in here. Maybe I could just pick up some and chuck it. Maybe. Teachings of the Great Philosophers of Magic. I'm trying to see if there's any books under here that is philosophy based. So we can't jump in this game, just if you're wondering. So I'm trying to jump over this giant pile. Oh, what's this? No, that's nothing. Can't really pick that up. Damn, the music is really good in this game. I really like it. I was going to play some background music from one of the artists that I really like. So, you know, as a type of relaxing type thing. But I think the music here is good. Oh, 2 philosophy books. Perfect. And that's 8 out of 10 in my hand. I'll look for 2 more. Philosophy of Science. I'll just pick that up. Because I'm not sure exactly where that one goes. Power and Ethics. Another one. Oh, we're full books. Let me just head back. So we're just going to sort these books. Hopefully all these books... The thing is, if you see on the top left, right? We got philosophy with the columns, right? But some of them, like mana and willpower, don't have the columns. So I'm thinking the ones with a column definitely belong in here, right? Science and Methodology and Truth. Volume 5. Yeah, look, see, it has that cool effect, right? Mana and willpower. Do I have that in here? Mana and willpower. Volume 2. Yeah? Okay. I got Power and Ethics. Ethics. Power and Ethics. Volume 2. Mana and Willpower at the top. Volume 4. Power and Ethics. Same. Philosophical Studies in Magic. I'll just drop that here. Because we're kind of stacking them over here right now. Philosophy of Self and Other. 7. Philosophy of Science, Methodology and Truth. Number 6. Philosophy of Mana and Willpower, Volume 10. Mana and Willpower. There we go. Power and Ethics. So we're nearly done with Self and Other. It must have been hiding from me. So I'll just go look. And I'll also collect some more... I guess I'll just look at another one that I could pick up. So if I run to here and look at the map. And while I'm searching for the last few books for philosophy, I'll just go sort out some other stuff. So let's see. I think it's easier if I start off with this. Because let's just do language. Actually, instead of looking at that, I'll just look at the what it looks like, because I feel like that's easier for me to do. So I'll just collect all the red and black ones, I think. The ones that look like this. So any stealth techniques. Okay. Philosophy of science, I found it. That's great. That's really good. Science again. So I did look through this pile, but I guess I didn't really look through it properly, because there are a lot of books in here that actually belong in there. I'm trying to get through this stack, but let me see. I'll just go do all the philosophy books and see how we're going. So I got 2 volumes of this. Philosophy of science. Science. There we go. Volume 3. Philosophy of science 7. And volume 9. And let me just find some. I'll just click all the ethics books, I think. Science and the truth. Boom. Perfect. So I'm just going to collect all the ethics books as well. So I have to find one that looks gray. And that should be a romance. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna look through the books, and the ones that is kind of easy to tell what it is. Like, for example, I think mystery fiction is easy. Illusion magic, illusion art. I feel like those are pretty easy to do, right? It's pretty easy to sort out. So I'm trying to look through, find some stuff that I could do. Let's see. Because I'm really trying to find this white books so I could finish it off, you know? I'll check the whole second floor first. And then after checking the second floor, then I'll start on some other categories. Okay, let's see. We got illusionary art and illusion magic. So I feel like looking at putting these in illusion magic. 1L, so all the way at the back. And this is 1L. Yep, perfect. Volume 1. Okay, maybe it's just illusionary magic. Or it could be 1L, right? Or is it 1I? Let me just check. Because I feel like illusionary magic. Oh, that's 1I. 1I. No, 1L. That is my mistake. So let me just go back. I think all the illusion ones would probably be all purple. So while I'm looking around, I guess I could select some. So we got volume 1. Oh yeah, yes. It creates a very nice yellow effect on it. So I like that. I guess we'll just search through all the ones at the bottom to find the last ones that I need. Stealth techniques. I'll pick that up. Seems very easy to do. I'm wondering, actual librarian workers, how are they doing their book sorting, you know? I feel like because each aisle has its own category, you wouldn't just pick up a bunch of random books from the book return, right? You would pick all the ones that look like they're part of the same category, is what I'm guessing. Or they have some other tech that they're using, which is possible because doing it this way, the way I'm doing it, seems pretty inefficient. Because instead of like walking back and forth with books in your hand and like slowly doing it, you're trying to complete one category at a time. But I think in this case it's fine because we're trying to chill here, right? Let's see. So right now I'm trying to look for any illusion. So any purplish book probably belongs in illusion. So let me just place this. What do I have? The art of illusion defense. So I want to equip that. Art of hypnosis. Sovereignty over the 5 senses. So this one's a new one. Put that in there. And let's see. I'm trying to look for. Oh, this one might be alchemy. Never mind. Illusion. Perfect. We got the illusion one again. Illusionary art. That's great. So, I wonder how long this game will take to beat. You know, like we're just playing games for fun. This is one of the games I saw when I was scrolling TikTok. Not TikTok. I don't use TikTok. I use Instagram. But anyway, the books on the reels that I saw playing this game, everyone's chill, everyone's relaxing. So we just relaxed and played this game. Saw some books out. I don't have any topics. You know what? Okay, right now I'll just talk about what I've been thinking about recently, right? And the things I've been thinking about recently, it's been kind of tough on me. Not tough on me, but recently I got like in my job, being recently told that I'm being like there is a chance of being let go, you know? And you know, I did know that eventually, with the way the world's going at the moment, it's not going the greatest, right? There's a bunch of everyone's living a tough life right now, right? With all the rising costs and all that. So I understand what's happening, but when they told me that there is a chance that, you know, we're gonna get let go, I thought to myself, damn, like it was a kind of a breath of fresh air, if I would say. If that makes sense. Like obviously I'm scared because I just need money. Everyone needs money. But then again, I've been working on this job for almost 3 years now, and I feel like, yeah, at first I was really stressed about it. I was thinking, you know, oh god, what am I supposed to do? The job market really stinks right now, and I'm gonna get let go from my job, and also have you know, a mortgage to pay and all that stuff. And I was thinking like that. And then my colleague hit me up, one of my good colleagues from one of my old teams that I had, and we were talking about it. And then they said, like, she asked me, oh, so what are you gonna do? Are you gonna apply for jobs inside of the business, inside of the company, and hopefully get transferred to a new role or something like that? And I'm very stressed about it. So I was like, yes, of course I am. Like, I really don't think the job market's that good right now. But then when I asked her, what is she gonna do? And she said that she's gonna take a break. And like you know, take this time to take a break from working, relax a little bit. And I was like, that actually kind of opened up like my mind a little bit, you know? Like I feel like most people are stressing, but then there's also like a bright side to things where like you not everything has to be a race. It's fine to just chill out a little bit and think let things let things happen, you know? If things were meant to happen, then they just happen. That's what I was thinking when she first said that. And yeah, it's really kind of thought to myself from starting from there, like, you know, what have I been doing with my life since working here? Like, have I really, you know, taken the time to like do the things I enjoy? Am I really like, what am I working for really? Am I working to, obviously I'm working to support myself, but is there a point in supporting myself if I don't really enjoy doing anything that I like, you know? That's what I was thinking when that happened. Oh, wait, where was I going with this? I feel like I was just yapping. Oh yeah, I remember now. So I was trying to talk about like why I'm starting this and what I want to achieve after this. And so you probably don't know this, but before starting this, you know, had to install OBS and all that, you know, and like get all the setup to record. But then I was stuck, right? For the past, I've been thinking of starting this for the past week or so. Week, 2 weeks ago, I was thinking of doing this, but I have a really big problem with starting. I think that like I really love to overanalyze things that I'm doing. You know, is this good or is this not good? When in reality, I think I just need to just lock in, you know, like just do it, see how it goes. You know, like really, literally, to start this, I was looking through videos like, oh, how to make a good video, how to do this, how to do this, how to set up this, how to set up your mic so it's the best. But then I'm like, man, I'm just stuck in analyzing everything. Yeah, that, you know, that phrase, analysis paralysis type thing, and that has been in my life a lot. I've always wanted to, you know, start stuff, do stuff. I mean, I've always, you know, dabble a little bit into it, just a little bit, or sometimes most of the time, I don't even start. Like, I want to practice drawing. I wanted to learn how to ride a motorbike, you know, on all this stuff, you know. I'll research a hell of it, you know. But literally, my YouTube feed would turn all into what this thing I'm interested about. So if I was searching about motorbikes, for example, literally all in my feed will be, you know, motorcycle riding drills, you know, motorcycle, like best gear for motorcyclists, best starting motorbike. But when I eventually got my motorcycle license, I didn't even like, I rode for a little bit, but I was so stuck on trying to be perfect at motorcycle riding, like making no mistakes, being the best I could possibly be. And that eventually stopped me from riding at all, you know? Like, oh, when I go out to ride, I have to do this, I have to do that, I should do this and this. I've never really done anything for fun. And this also applies recently. I was into skateboarding, right? I really wanted to skateboard around, like learn how to skateboard, because I saw all these reels and cool stuff about reels, right? Not reels, sorry. I was really excited to see like to be able to learn how to skateboard, right? And so this is really cool guy. I forgot his name, but if you search up skateboard IQ or skate IQ, something like that, he'll 100% come up. He was really nice. Like, it was a really good experience, engaging in his content. But the thing is, I don't think that helped me really. I think for me, it would have been better if I just went out there, made some friends, and got to skateboarding, and then eventually, you know, like learning from there at that point. Sorry. But what I was doing was I needed to get the basics down. So I never went to the skate park to, you know, engage with the skateboarding community, you know, stuff like that. All I did was I live near an empty car park. And so for like 2 weeks straight, I just went to the empty car park doing drills, you know, learning how to do a wheelie, like hold a manual, not wheelie, sorry, hold a manual, like, forgot that move, but where like you jump while the skateboard's moving and you jump over something. I'll put it up on the screen maybe. But yeah, I was doing all those drills, and then eventually, like, I'd even record my sessions, right? I'd record myself doing that stuff. But the thing is, there's only a limit on what you could do by yourself, like to drive yourself, you know. You just in the car park all alone, just doing the same thing over and over again. I can do it, right? But if you just do it because you enjoy it, then that's good. I was trying to do it because I wanted to look cool. And looking cool is just, I feel like, isn't enough to make you grind 100 hours by yourself, trying the same trick over and over, recording yourself, looking in the recording to see what you could do better. I feel like it's possible, but I feel, yeah, I really need to just get out there and make some friends and be able to do that stuff. This actually applies to a lot of stuff that I want. Now, I want to play volleyball, even though I'm really short. I really want to... let me see, what is this? Wanted, dead or alive, stupid fairy, employee of the year. Yeah, so I really wanted to play volleyball, do something active, you know. I used to play tennis a lot, but I don't want to get back into tennis because my shoulder's cooked. But like, I wanted to play badminton. I love these sport games where you can play a lot, but I never get myself to do it, you know. I never start, and if I do start, I don't play enough, you know. Same with motorcycle and skateboarding, right? I just start, double it, go try hard for 1 or 2 weeks, and then I'd stop. So what's the point of this channel then? Like, why am I here? Why am I just playing games, trying to yap? I think the most thing I'm thinking about is I just want to get stuff out of my head. You know, I don't want to talk too much about me, right? If you're interested, then yeah, maybe I could talk more, but I want to be able to yap to people. That's one thing I want to do. Now, why do I want to be able to yap more? The thing is, for my workplace, right? I think this has always been the case, but I've never been the one to talk a lot. I'm really good at listening, right? I like to think so. Like, I love listening to people talk and like hearing about other people's stories. But then, you know, normally the conversation goes like, they talk about stuff, and then they ask you about it. So like, you'd be like, oh, how was your day? You talk, and they talk about their day, and then we'll go in about their day. And then they would Man, let me turn this music down just a tiny bit. There we go. Yeah. So then after that, they'll talk. When they talk about this, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, so how's your day?" And then I really wouldn't be able to say anything, right? I'll be like, "Yeah, it's good." Then they'll ask, "Oh, what have you been up to?" And be like, "Yeah, I've been playing games. I've been playing some more rivals. Been playing this, playing that." And then after that, I think the conversation just dies a little bit, you know. And that is, I fully believe that is my fault, right? That I'm not contributing enough to discussions. Even in high school, when people were in a group talking and stuff, and I'm always around, you know, like if there's a circle and the most people that talk about, they're in the middle, right? And I'm always on the edge just listening. And I feel like that hasn't really allowed me to gain the experience to yap or do anything like that. So this is why I'm starting this. I just want to be able to yap a bit more. How my communication skills, even though I'm not really talking to anyone like one-on-one, right? So you don't get the full experience of, you know, practice. But then again, I feel it's always good to be able to just talk and yap about stuff. So yeah, that's why I'm here. That's why I started this. So the first reason is to get over my analysis paralysis, you know, just get something out there. That's what I really want to do. Just get something out there so that, you know, I'm actually doing something that I'm happy with. Power and ethics. There we go. Yeah, so that's what this was for. Like really, you wouldn't understand how long it took me to actually like hit the record button and even just try this. And then another thing, I just remembered something. But like, yeah, I just remembered something. But like, I don't know. I never really been a social media type person, you know. So I have an Instagram account, obviously. I have Facebook accounts. I have everyone that I know added. But the thing is, I never really post anything. I never post on my story. I only have one post. All my accounts are private. So I never really put myself out there to other people, right? And in this world, right, where everything is about social media mostly, and like hell, even just thinking about it in terms of like getting a job, right? You have to network. You have to make the LinkedIn profile. You need to interact with other people. Kind of like how social media is right now, right? But for me, that's really hard. I really never really got into that. And so right now I'm thinking, you know, might get laid off soon. You know, that I feel like now's a better chance than ever to like do something online and get out there social media wise. So that's what also that I'm doing. I don't really care if anyone's like here to listen or not. It would be great to be able to build a little community so that, you know, anyone that wants me to talk about a certain topic or anything like that, I could yap about that or anything like that. Like, you know, I see not exactly like Twitch streamers, right? But something like the just chatting people, right? Where they're just interacting with the community and just talking like that. I really think like it would be nice to build that, a nice community like that. But the whole point of me just yapping to the camera isn't to hopefully build that. The whole point is for me to just yap and practice me talking. So what I'm I'm yapping too much. There's not even a direction of what I'm saying, which is bad. But basically I'm saying I don't have any expectations. So when you have low expectations, right, for yourself, it makes things easier to start. If you go out there and do something with like a kind of YOLO attitude, you know, like, if I fail, if I do bad, it doesn't really matter because I didn't expect anything. So if you don't expect anything, it just makes it way easier to start something, to get better at something. It doesn't help you. In a way, it kind of helps you, like, stay consistent with something, because you don't really care about it. So then you just do it anyway. To me, I think that is the one thing that is holding me back, really. Not holding me back per se. But I think it's something that is. No, okay, never mind. I do think it's holding me back because I care too much about doing good, me being efficient, you know, doing things the right way, the first way. When in general, I feel like most of the time, the people who are good at something, they just did it. Not everyone's good at stuff. Not everyone is good at doing things straight away, right? Everyone starts at somewhere. But how did they get good, right? How did they become good at what they're doing? Obviously, they're practiced. And, you know, some people had the expectation that they'll be a pro. Like, people have dreams. People, and they're out there achieving their dreams, right? They know exactly what they want. But I feel like there's a lot of people that, you know, they have a general idea of what they want. But if they make it, they make it. If they don't make it, they don't make it. But they just do it. Like, they post the content, they do their thing, they don't care about what people say, you know? Something like, I've seen a lot in the Reels recently, right? Where they're like, it's cringe until you make it, then it's not cringe. And they all start asking for, like, advice and stuff. I feel like this is what's happening to me. So, when you don't care about something, or not, you don't care about something, is that you don't care what other people say, how other people would judge you. Because you know what you're doing, you know what you want. You don't care about the results. You don't have any expectations from other people, is what I think I'm trying to say. And so, by thinking like that, you're really not held back by anything. You could just continue putting things out there, getting better at it, because you can't get better at stuff without trying even more, right? So if you just keep trying, you keep putting stuff out there, you don't really care about what other people say, right? Because, you know, they're not you. You are kind of the main character of your life, which, well, I've been kind of not doing. So I think, you know, caring a little bit less about what others think, and also trying not to be super optimal, you know. Of course, like the world nowadays, you know, I think a good example of this would be games, right? A lot of games now have like wikis, right? So like, for example, I play Path of Exile quite a bit. Like, I have a few thousand hours, maybe, or maybe just 1,000 hours in Path of Exile. But my first like experience with Path of Exile a Path of Exile is like a game, an action role playing up. It's like a ARPG game where you just kill monsters and get stronger. Kill monsters, get stronger, right? And with games like that, okay, you know what? Instead of Path of Exile, I think Minecraft is a better solution, right? So I feel like most people have played Minecraft, but with all the guides out for Minecraft nowadays, like how to do this, how to do that, and then everyone doesn't really explore organically. Does that make sense? They're kind of always, if they're stuck, they always visit a guide, you know? They don't do stuff on their own. They don't discover stuff on their own. And everything feels super optimized, right? And there's nothing wrong with being optimized, but I feel like people like myself can get very stuck on, you know, being optimal. And if you're not being optimal, then what's the point of doing it? And that if you're not optimal, then someone who is optimal is gonna do better than you. And that in itself, I mean, it's true, right? Of course. If someone has a really good coach that's telling you everything and what to do, you'll learn really quickly, right? Let's say you had a coach for Minecraft. No one really has a coach for Minecraft. Let's say you have a coach for Minecraft and they teach you everything about the game. And you learn the game and you're really good at the game. And you beat this guy who just plays it for fun, you know, he enjoys it, loves exploring, loves doing everything. They'll both eventually reach the same point where they're both good at the game. But one person did it mostly through themselves. They learned everything by themselves. And the guy who did coaching, obviously they did coaching, so they're really good as well. But eventually they'll reach the same point, I feel like, of understanding. But then, for example, they move to a new game. Let's say this game is League of Legends. Then in League of Legends, who would be able to adapt quicker to a new game? League of Legends. Who would be able to, you know, go through the struggle of not knowing and just doing things, not suboptimally, but still doing it and learning from the, like, learning and getting it done, right? I feel like that approach, even though it's more time consuming, is the better approach. Where am I even going with this? What am I talking about? What am I even talking about? Where was I going with this? To be honest, I have no idea. I'll just thinking and talking. Yeah, I do think just being able to tolerate not knowing stuff and pushing through it till you eventually, you know, learn by yourself about it. I think that's really important, and it's something that I need to do, which is why I'm starting this. I don't know anything about yapping. I don't know how to talk about stuff that interests me. So I think I just gotta play these games. Well, I do want to play games normally, right? Not just sit here and yap the whole time. But it's something I want to be able to get comfortable being a little uncomfortable, you know? So one of my goals, right? Because this is a good time to talk about goals, I think. So recently, I've seen a lot of. Okay. Recently, I have been doom scrolling way too much. Right? I think everyone doom scrolls a little bit. But I've been doom scrolling like crazy. Like 4, 5, 6 hours maybe? No. Maybe like 2 hours a day. And, you know, the algorithm does its stuff. And I've been getting a lot of this one person who always advocates just post something every day. Just post one thing every day. Talking to the camera for 60 seconds. And just talk about something. No cuts, no edits, no fancy edits. Just talking to the camera for 60 seconds. And then posting it. And a lot of people, I think it might be called the Great Wellness Challenge or something like that. I've been getting a lot of that in my reels. And I want to start something like that. But then again, the same thing as for this video I'm making right now. Is that I never really start. I am way too scared to start. Way too embarrassed about things. Like right now, I do want to start. I have been thinking about starting that. But I don't want all my friends to see. So then now I'm thinking, okay, how do I make an Instagram page where no one knows who I am? And I'm thinking, okay, well, to do that, I need to buy a new phone and a new phone number so Instagram doesn't link me straight away, right? And then start recommending me to everyone else. And then from there, that's only then can I start doing this wellness challenge. But then what's the point of going through all these obstacles when the whole point is just to put yourself out there, right? And not being embarrassed about the process. So I've been getting a lot of reels like that, and I'm thinking, I really want to do these type of challenges. I don't know what I'd make. I don't know what content I'm thinking about making. I have no idea about anything of that. But just doing it first is something that I really want to do. So stuff like this, like these type of things that I want to do, but I'm kind of psyching myself out about doing it, is what I want to do. And one of the goals first is, make a video of me yapping for like 30 minutes, 1 hour. Just yapping about anything random and, getting my yapping skills up so that I'll be able to, seem interesting, seem engaging, I guess, to some, like, to just seem more engaging, interesting to talk to. That would be one thing. Now, the next thing is, I would say is, I think my headphones are cutting out a little bit because they're Bluetooth. So if there's a weird popping sound, I would maybe have to fix that another time. You can't fix it right now, I think. But, oh crap, what was I saying? Something about me yapping and making a video. And about goals. Oh, yes, I remember. To seem more interesting to talk to and being able to talk to people and, keep a conversation going and making it so people actually want to talk to me, Because apart from my partner, he's very lovely partner, by the way. No, I don't really talk to anyone. I don't talk to. I think if I wasn't with her, then I would actually go days without talking to someone, and that is horrible, right? You don't wanna. You don't wanna be doing that. I feel like that is a sign that maybe you could be doing something else. Like that you should put yourself out there more. That's what I think. So yeah, I think hopefully, just putting content out there. No, it's not even content. Thing is, I'm not thinking about. Okay, it's great to think about it as content, right? Everyone wants to make content. Everyone wants to. I guess it's content if you're putting stuff out there, but to me, it's more of an outlet for me to improve on myself a little bit. So one of the goals is to not post, just yap about some stuff for some time and upload it, get it out there, because that'll be goal one. And so hopefully by the end of this, I am able to, seem a little bit more interesting to people. Be able to be a bit more interesting, be comfortable talking about stuff. It's okay, I think. You don't always have to be talking all the time, right? There's always, not everyone has things to talk about. And you're not always going to be talking to everyone. Like, you're not always going to be talking 24/7. I understand that. But the thing is, I have way too much downtime, I'd say. Like, there'll be a lot of, we'll talk like for 5 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes, and then it's a bunch of silence, and it's always like what should I talk about now? This is really awkward. So hopefully I'm able to stop that from happening super fast, is what I'd say. So goal 2. I mean, that's one of the goals. And then this post every day, 60 seconds, 1 minute, talking to the camera and hitting post. I think I will actually just wait for to get a new phone, and to be completely anonymous. And what would I be talking about? Not really sure. Kind of like this, where I'm just talking randomly about stuff. And why do I want to start doing that challenge in particular? I think I want to get, I can get over the fear of, engaging with people online through social media, because it's probably really, not sure if anyone else feels like this, but no joke, when I send something into a community, right? For example, Discord community, and this Discord has maybe 1,000 people, and when I'm trying to send a message in the chat, it could be any question, my heart starts racing like crazy. I'm not sure why this happens, because think about it. No one really knows who I am. No, everyone on that Discord is anonymous, if you think about it that way. You're just known as whatever Discord you are. You could choose to make yourself known. But when I send that message, literally no one knows who I am. Nobody. But I still get that heart beating moment. And I don't know why. I really want to get rid of it. The first time I ever posted on my story on Facebook, it was some tickets to a anime. Was it Silent Voice? I think it was. That movie was great, by the way. Really enjoyed that one. Anyway, when I posted that, my heart was beating out my chest. When I hit that post button, I literally turned off my phone, turned off my data, didn't want to check to see who saw it, who liked it, you know, who reacted to it. I feel like I do that with everything. Like, if I send something to some influencer, right? There was this guy who I watched a lot of content of. He's a fitness coach, right? And I sent him a message asking about his coaching service. Very normal, right? Someone advertises that they do coaching in their what do you call it? Bio, right? And obviously people got a message about it. But for some reason, when I messaged about it, I was so scared. Even though this guy doesn't know me, my profile is private. So it's not like he could look at my profile and see, who is this guy messaging me? Like, who is this guy? Is this guy a loser or something? Stuff like that. But in my head, I couldn't send it. I was having a lot of troubles trying to send that message. And I literally sent that message, and I sent it, and I turned my phone to do not disturb and went to sleep. Because I was so scared to get a response in real time. And like, what am I scared of exactly? I don't know. And that is something that I think this wellness challenge thing would really help me out. And that's what I'm hoping. So, you know, maybe when the new iPhone 18 comes out, or something like that, I will use that and start putting myself out there, I'd say. Because living life like that is not really enjoyable, you know? No, I don't think you can't even send a message to someone without going AFK straight away. Like, not responding straight away, something like that. You trust me? You don't want to live like that. Oh, hold up. Tutorial ability list. You leveled up. Press tab to open ability list, unlock new abilities. You can earn points to level up your major abilities based on the total number of bookshelf rows that have been completed. The page on the right displays detailed descriptions of each ability. Press the major ability icon to spend points to level it up, improving your work efficiency. One more row to level up. Nice. Well, so I'm thinking, yeah, so I'd like to improve with those two specifically. Like, I really, really want to get over that fear because it doesn't feel good. Guys, trust me. It does not feel great to have to can't even send a message to anyone. Oh yeah, and also this also kind of, you know, makes it really bad when when someone texts me, right? I'm always that guy that doesn't respond straight away. It's not that I don't like these people, right? It's that I'm scared of what they're gonna say. Am I saying the right thing? So then I end up being that guy that doesn't send a message till like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm known as that guy that doesn't respond. But I think that just makes me a bad friend, you know? A bad person. Maybe that's why I haven't been talking to people that much, you know? That's why I could go days without talking to anyone. So yeah. So goals with this. Just be able to think of stuff on the fly. Be able to seem a little bit more interesting. Okay. And then when the new iPhone comes out, I'll get that. And start posting just random content. No aim. The point is that it doesn't have to be perfect. Just have to get out there. That's the aim with the post every day 60-second one. Now, some other goals that I'd like to do, which is not really goals, it's just stuff that I should do, which I want to talk about, is, you know, being more social. So what do I mean by being more social, right? I could be more social online. I think that's one of the things I want to do. Because I play games a lot, right? But I don't, you know, join Discord communities. I don't play with random people. I mainly just play by myself, right? But there's a lot of games that I kind of wish, man, I wish I had some people to play with. For example, there's like a lot of people would call it friend swap games. So multiplayer games like Repo, Phasmo. There's also a new game that's been like doing really popular recently is the Chameleon game where you have to paint yourself and hide. Those type of games where you can't really play the game without, you know, some people, without a group of people, or it's not as fun. And so I want to be able to play those games. But how do I play those games if I can't talk to anyone? If I don't join these like social groups or Discord? If I'm scared to even like chuck a message in the Discord of 1,000 people. So yeah, I think if I want to be able to let me sort this real quick. Something I want to do is to be able to just say, yo, guys, who wants to play with me? And then I'll be able to, you know, get a group of people on and have an actual fun time playing games, you know? I think that'll be what I'd want to do. But the thing is, I always wonder those type of, let's just say, traits that I have developed. Is that a thing that is it just something that you're born with? Or is it something that's created from your environment? Now, I would say, I'm not sure what other people would say, but to me, I feel like it's a product of your environment, right? I've always found that people who, with like very extroverted parents, always have extroverted kids, right? My parents, they never allowed me to go outside and to go to parties and sleepovers. They were the typical strict Asian parents where all you had to do was stay home and play and study. And not allowed to go outside and do anything. I feel like this has kind of shaped me into the person who I am, where I don't go outside much. I don't talk to people that much. But then I don't want to blame my parents, because I am 25 years old now. So surely I am old enough to make my own decisions, no? So it could have shaped me early in life, but then it is my fault for not changing, for not putting in effort to change how I was brought up as someone who didn't really go out and all that. So yeah, I'm really hoping this year that I'll be able to change, and that through just yapping into the camera, not even a camera, just me yapping while playing games, can do something to improve, you know? But I don't want to. Thing is, being too focused on self-improvement does have its drawbacks, I think. Actually, I don't think there's anything wrong with always wanting to improve. Never mind. But I think doing what I did was not the right way, where you consume these self-improvement videos and all that, but you don't actually enact on it. If you're just consuming it and you're not really doing the things that would help you, like the things that the book's telling you to do, or what the video is telling you to do, then there's no point. You could watch all the stuff in the world about it, be knowledgeable, but you gotta have to start. This is what I was talking about before, where I never really start, but I watch a bunch of videos on it and then I don't start. But there's no point in anything to start. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Okay. I have been trying to find either illusion or philosophy stuff this whole time. I've only completed a few rows. And I think anyone watching me is going to be like, what the heck is this guy like playing, you know? Like, why is he doing so bad at, like, he's skipping this book and this book. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to have a chill time, play some games. Yep. Okay. But I think I am being a bit contradictory, not going to lie. I say I want to chillax, chill, play some games, and yap. But it's also putting me outside of my comfort zone, if that makes sense. So not only am I putting myself out of my comfort zone, am I really chilling and relaxing playing games? If every time I play these games and I'm trying to yap and talk about stuff, am I really, you know, chilling? I'm not, right? One more book, level 10. There we go. I have completed 4 rows. Not bad. So how do I level up though? Oh, tab. There we go. Automatically arranges the books in your position in numerical order. Highlights the correct bookshelf for the topmost book you are holding, guiding you to a proper location. A magic spell uses the topmost book as a base to cause all books of the... Oh, this is really good, no? I think this one's good. 60 seconds. Oh, you can't undo one. Oops. I don't think that was a good one to level up, to be honest. Because I'm not really speedrunning the game. So that was a mistake. Okay, let's complete let's find a book about what illusions. So I can complete some illusion books. I think that'll be good. So I'm just gonna find some books for illusion. And let's just click some book of spells as well. Might as well. So the topmost book has to be an illusion book. There we go. And if I press 3, one, two, three, 4. Oh god. I should have been in the middle, I think. To be honest, I don't remember any... What was that? Oh, magical art. I don't really remember where else this book was, unfortunately. I did have a good look at it, but I think in 60 seconds I'll just use it again. So let's just say book of spells. Spells. This is all magic specific, so I think I'll just go to here. And this one has daily magic. So would daily magic be part of book of spells? It could be. Book of spells. Thunder. Thunder would be holy magic. Not really. Curses and dispels, astrology, divination. I'm gonna just place it in here in 2C. So 2C is right here. And I'll see if it lights up or not. If it does not light up, then it is the wrong 2C. Where's that? 2C right here. Did it glow? No, it did not glow, so it's probably not the right one. Well, my ability is up, so we'll just press 3 and find the books. Oh, this one was hidden. And this one right here. And this one right here. And last one's right here somewhere. I'll just drop a random book that I have. It is right somewhere here. Oh, there we go. I'll just drop one of these spell books. Use that. Now let's see if I can use my cool move. 4. There we go. One, 4, 10, 5, 2, 7. Oh damn, so I was missing quite a lot for this illusion book. So maybe I just hold this 10, 3. I can't really see any anymore, right? So perhaps it is somewhere else. How close I am to finishing this? So I need one more of ethics and restraint. I'll just try complete this. I'll just see how this goes. And I'm pretty confused about where the spell books go. Spell books. Not really sure anymore. Oh yeah. Something I want to talk about is the skills I'm gonna learn when I'm doing this. I feel like I'm gonna be a little bit interested in what type of like learning of video editing and stuff like that. I feel like I will enjoy, even though I feel like maybe not doing too much what do you call it, editing in these videos, but I do think it's interesting to be able to learn that stuff and seeing, learning what it takes to do that type of stuff. I think it's nice to know that stuff. I think this one's good. Oh, it's that one over there. Must have grabbed the wrong book. I'll just go grab that book right now. And I'll pick up a book of spells in the process. Now let's see. Which one was this? Perfect, I got it. Now I'll just use book of spells number 3. 2, sorry. Oh, book of spells goes in M. Act 10, so it'll be over here. So where's M? Book of spells, M, right? So, ground 1, M. M is destruction magic. Oh. It does make a little bit sense, I'd say. Well, it's good to know. Let's see if I can use this ability on 4. 4? There we go. Level up. Now, let's just do... Let's do insight. I really like insight, to be honest. Okay, but I'm not sure why this last book isn't appearing. Am I blind or... I mean... It's just... Oh, is that it? No, that's not it. Maybe I should stop using this book, I think. I must have misplaced something, I feel like, with this series. Illusion, Magic, Truths of Imaginary. What's this? Oh, so I have the same book. I have completed it already. I just put it in the wrong shelf. That was my bad. So 6, 7, 6, 3, 9, 10, 8. There we go. Might as well do this one. Get more books, So what I've book of spells, I think. I'm on the book of spells. So if I press 5, just picked up one. And let's see, book of spells. We'll just do book of spells next. So, book of spells goes in here. Damn, look how many books there are for this. 1, 4, 10, 8, 2, 3, 9, and 6. So I'm really close now. I think one was over here. I think. So let me just look over here for a book of spells that was... Book of Spells Space Legendary. That wasn't exactly the one I was looking for. Book of Spells Water. Book of Spells Ice. There we go. I'll just wait for my eye. I think I collected everything that was on the floor, so it's just this one over here. Is that highlighted or is that just a book? No, I think it's just this. So I'll just go collect this book. Perfect. And I could also just look for... Okay, Book of Spells is kind of easy, I feel like. It has a little cool gem in the middle, I'd say. So I'm just going to look around for that while... Book of Spells? Yes, perfect. Yep, Book of Spells. Wait, was that Book of Spells? Yep, it was. So I can hold 10 in my hand right now. Book of Spells, Book of Spells. So, if you're thinking, you know, I'm not... Okay, I think... What does yapping mean? Like, what does yapping mean? What does it mean to yap? And I feel like... I could be just playing my game, or is this topics that I'm yapping about, you know? Now, I'm just wondering, what is ideal? Do I just yap about stuff I'm playing? Oops. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Oh, sorry. 7, 6. There we go. Water. Volume 4. Volume 5. Yeah. So, because I'm doing very long recordings, right? Not always gonna have a topic. So I'm thinking I should brainstorm some topics. That's enough for me to like talk about for 1 hour or so. And after that, then, you know, end the recording there. And so when I have stuff to yap about, it's good, right? Then I don't want to just be... okay. You could think about doing stuff in your... like thinking off the fly versus having a pre-made topic. Which is more harder to talk about? So in a normal conversation, right? There is normally a topic that you have, that you guys are all talking about. So I feel like having a topic on hand already is good. Like, you know, I could probably just have some AI generate a list of topics for me. Or, for example, you know, some people do suggest some topics for me to talk about. But in a conversation, right? If you guys are just sitting there, people are just sitting there, and you guys are, sorry, I keep saying you guys. It's just a habit, I think. If you sit there only, and you want to bring up something, how does that exactly work, you know? That's what I'm thinking about. Water. It is harder to to come up with a topic when you're bored and you don't know what to think about. That is true. But so that's what I'm thinking. Do I just yap about anything that comes into my head? Or do I pre-prepare topics that I'm like, you know what? I think this is great to talk about. And, you know, make a video me playing while yapping about that, you know? Like, which one is the right play, you know? And it is kind of hard to think about it that way. Because the main point of this is for me to get better at thinking on the fly, but also coming up with topics to continually talk about. That will be kind of engaging, you know? So I'll think about it, but here's the thing, see? I'm thinking about stuff, but what am I trying to avoid? I'm trying to avoid just thinking too much about stuff and just instead getting it done. That's the main point of what I'm trying to achieve. So yeah, I'll probably, I'm thinking, right? If there's any topics like I found interesting throughout, you know, between the videos that I record, then I'll note it down and talk about it. Say if, you know, I come across something interesting I want to talk about, then I'll talk about it. And it's not going to be like a kind of, you know, like a documentary kind of type of video. It's just literally just yapping about it and seeing what happens. And there's not gonna be any comedy about it or like engagement. It's just gonna be me talking about it. I think that's how I want to do it. Because, you know, there's not much interesting in me trying to collect these books, is there? There could be, but I feel like not really. Some people might like it, but I feel like the legendary books right here only have 5, is what I'm thinking. And experts have 5 as well, maybe? Master, no way Master has 7 collections, right? Novice, legendary. So time has to be by itself. Time, volume 2, space, volume 2, fluid, expert. I'll just put this expert here. Pulverization expert. Pulverize, pulverize, pulverize. There we go. Pulverize. 3. Shadow adept. Shadow has to be its own, because it's an adept class, right? Adept level. So volume 3. Abyss 1, 2, 4. And Abyss is master. So it should be its own category. Expert, expert, expert. Legendary, legendary. I think expert might actually have more. So let me just do Abyss first. Shadow. If I just do 5? Oh, what did 5 do? Oh, assemble. 4. Oh, so fluid belongs in there. What did that do just now? Not really sure. Shadow volume 7. So Shadow Master. Let me put Shadow here. Abyss. Pulverize, fluid, energy, space, time, matter creation, Abyss. Perfect. Shadow Adept 10. There we go. And Psycho. Actually, I'll just hold this one, I think. and go scan for this one. And this was master, so is there any experts in here? I'll just do this one first. 3. Oh, fluid expert. So this one has a lot, so this one needs to go. Last is there. Okay. I have dropped all the books, so hopefully... There we go. Perfect. It's actually getting pretty fun now. Now that I got the scanning. Is that cheating? I'm not sure. There are people that are doing runs where they don't use any magic at all. That might be an achievement. But for me, I like having a sense of progression. So I'm a really big fan of roguelike games, right? So games where fluid expert. Yeah, I enjoy those I enjoy games where you get stronger and stronger, or things are easy when the more you play, because you get a sense of like a reward, you know, that you're doing. No, you're not stuck there doing the same thing, which is I enjoy that. Perfect. Is this a spellbook? Yep, I picked that up too. Don't want to run just powers. I thought I saw a spellbook somewhere, but we just head back. Put these back. Get another row to level up. Fire, I believe I put here. Nice. And this one's the whole stack. So 1, 4, 3, 5, and 2. Perfect. Level that up to max. And might as well go find the rest of this when it comes up. 3. And if there's anything on the top floor, I guess I could use my ability 5, which puts a book in my inventory for free. Then it'll save me time from having to climb up the stairs the whole time, which is good. Oh, 2 spell books on the ground. That was a great find. I think I need to look at the ground more to look at the books, because I've been relying a lot on their abilities. So 3, 2, perfect. And energy. Okay, I got 2 spaces, so I should put them in the same one, right? Energy for 3. Just checking if I have any more energies that I've been. Gravitation master. Master probably belongs in this one, right? Man, gravitation. Let me look at these spells. Space. Gravitation, time, matter creation, abyss. You know what I've always enjoyed when I'm watching anime? I really like time magic. But the thing is, I find that there's a lot of time magic people, but they always lose because the person that they're versing is faster than time stop itself, which is a bit crazy to me, but it kind of makes sense, right? You're stopping time, and they're moving fast enough to go through your time stop, kind of like Dio, right? I think that's crazy. So it might not be a great power, but I always loved like just the concept of controlling time. This one, I think, psychokinesis. Isn't that fire? Like fire abilities? Wait, no. Maybe it's not. Or maybe space. Space or time magic is what I'd love. I think that would be my 2 favorite spells. And oh yeah, here. While we're talking about time, you know, there's always a question where, you know, the question is, would you go back in time to like high school years, for example, high school years being 12 to 18, with all the knowledge you have from now? And to me, how I think about it is I don't really want to restart from what I've done so far. Does that make sense? So even if I had all the knowledge, right? So I'd be able to what do you call it? You know, invest in Bitcoin, for example. Right? Bitcoin. Be hella rich. But I don't think it's worth me going all the way back to like VCE days. Going to, you know, having to study all over again. And all that. I really do not want to go through that. But then again, it's kind of easy, right? If you were able to buy Bitcoin at a young age, then you wouldn't need to struggle with anything. So then does it really matter going back in time again to go through all those struggles? It is a good question. Like, but what does it really test? It kind of tests whether you're happy with where you are right now, right? There are a lot of people that say no. They wouldn't want to rebuild their relationships from scratch again. And like, for example, if I had Bitcoin, right? And I was really rich, then I want to go to uni. But then that means that all the things that happen in uni, right? They won't happen to you in real life, no? So then the whole flow of life changes a little bit. And so, for example, I started going to the gym because I watched this guy who inspired me to go gym, right? But let's say I never went to university. Then that means I would never be scrolling at that specific time. And because I wasn't scrolling at that specific time, then I would never have got motivated to go gym. And right now, for me, gym is a pretty big part of my life right now. So I'm thinking, you know, is it really worth it to go back in time to do that? Not sure. I guess being rich without having to work on anything is great. But then all the opportunities that happened naturally, all the things in the future would be different. So the question is, would I be happier for a different future, but be rich? But having to remember everything that happened in the past. Very interesting, actually. I'm not maybe I'm just not thinking about how life would be if you're rich enough. Like, I'm not taking into account all the different stuff I'd do if I was rich. If I was rich, then I'd be able to go gym anytime, right? I'd probably have my own gym, you know? Have my own house, not having to have any worries about going to work. And technically, now I'd have to socialize about anything, right? Well, okay. Not that. I'm not socializing so I could become rich. I'm doing it for my own life. So I guess going back in time is worth it. But the thing is, I don't know. I really do not want to go through VCE again. VCE being where you had to, what do you call it? it's like a final test that you have to do to make it into uni. I really, really did not want to go through that again. That was a pretty dark time in my life. Not dark time. Okay, that was a little bit too much. But when I was studying for that exam, I literally turned off my computer and was just locked in the whole time. But I wasn't eating that much. I wasn't eating at all. I think I dropped down to like 49 kilos. When I that was what do you call it? I am 5'4", 5'5" maybe. So that's a pretty substantial, like, it's not a lot of weight to be weighing as a dude. And I wouldn't eat. I would only eat like one meal a day. Because I was so stressed out about doing the test. But then again, would I be stressed out if I had money? If I had a lot of money, Bitcoin, then I wouldn't have to stress about going to uni. Yeah, if I think about it that way, then I guess it doesn't matter. And technically, if I was in high school, I'd still, I'd still be with my partner because we were high school sweethearts. So that would be fine, I guess. Yeah. I guess I'll go back in time. Because there's something about not having to worry about money. This is really nice. So I guess that's that. Boom. Alright. I am only 200 books out of 2,000. That is crazy. Man, I'm getting... Yo, I wonder, right? I'm thinking... Man, I'm really sick. Why am I sick, though? No idea. Not really yapping about anything. I'm just playing the game right now. Okay. I just thought about this right now. No, let's just play the game. Let me find a spell book. On somewhere. So I can complete the spellbook aisle. Spellbook. Earth? Nice. Highlight all the books. I'm trying to find more spell books. Hey, but actually is not that bad actually. Progress wise, I'm making some pretty good progress, I'd say. Nice, found it. I won't be able to remember where all those books are, not gonna lie. If I just knowing that they're on the bottom part is good though. Middle, 3 middle, 1 on the edge on the right side. And then 1 over there. Okay. Oh. Actually, because upgrading this a lot, it actually lasts a pretty long time. So I'll just be able to click that. So I've been thinking about what games to play recently. Obviously, everyone's excited about Grand Theft Auto. I'm excited about that too. I think everyone is. I never really played Grand Theft Auto 5 because when did that game released? It released about 6 years ago or something like that. So I never really was playing games that much. I was playing a lot of Apex, Minecraft, I guess. What else was I playing? 6 years ago. A lot of League. Oh man. I was really addicted to League. Oh yeah, here's another thing. I was playing, you know how sometimes you play games and there's a Twitch viewer, there's a TTV dude in your chat. Well, I was playing League, trying to climb all the way to Diamond in OCE, which is not that good, but I was just climbing to Diamond. And I for some reason I clicked on this guy's stream. And oh my god, that guy was only streaming to like 5 people. But why did that scare me so much? My heart the whole game was racing. And it's only the 5 people. Isn't that crazy? I do think we won that match. But yeah. I like playing... That game wasn't bad. My League Arc. I stopped playing it because I think it consumed too much of my time. But yeah. And Apex? Apex nowadays, it's too sweaty, I'd say. It's really hard to get back into the game when everyone is just way too good, you know? Nothing wrong with that. But of course, like, everyone... I played it when everyone was, like, starting out. So when everyone's starting out... When everyone is starting out... Everyone doesn't really know what they're doing. So the skill floor is lower, right? So if the skill floor is lower, then it's more fun because everyone doesn't know what they're doing. I feel like the phase of that game, that gaming phase specifically, is the most fun, I think. Like Marvel Rivals, been playing that a lot. And so when that game first came out and everyone didn't know what they're doing, everyone didn't know what meta characters, everyone was just playing their favorite superhero that they thought was cool, you know? That is, I really like that time. Now everyone kind of just plays, you know, everyone just plays the meta characters. You don't see a lot of, you know, people like Jeff, people like Spider-Man, people like those like fun characters. But not many people play anymore, which is a bit sad. Because, you know, it's not meta, then they lose. And then I play ranked a lot. I play competitive. But even in non-competitive, normal matches, people are still playing, you know, the meta stuff. The stuff that, you know, okay, I think I might. I'll collect. What is it? No, I think I'll stop here. Okay. Next time I start this recording, I'll have a topic what to discuss, and I'll try to keep it under like 1 hour, 2 hours, something like that. So, yeah, hopefully, not hopefully, I will be doing this, you know, 2 times a week, 3 times a week, maybe, just yapping about stuff, talking to the camera. So yeah, hope if anyone was here that they enjoyed this. Not enjoyed this. You don't have to enjoy it. I don't really mind if anyone doesn't listen. I'm just here to yap. But yeah, I'll continue yapping. Throat hurts a bit, but I will try to find some topics to talk about and hopefully have some place where people can ask questions or topics to do, and I'll play them as well. Not play them. I'll talk about them as well. Okay, thanks very much. Bye.